Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, I want to talk about Bitcoin and the altcoins. Have we found the bottom and should we expect a move very soon? Bitcoin did close that $115,000 CME gap. Now, apparently there's a bit of a CME gap at a lower price, but it doesn't mean it has to get there. And Bitcoin is looking strong right now. It's at $118,000. But I think we still need confirmation because the market can always fake us out. And once we get confirmation and we start breaking out, I believe the next target is between 127,000 to 132K. It could certainly go higher. One thing I want to highlight here is Blockchain Backer, who's a great analyst. He's been sharing the following fractal for a long time, and it's been playing out exactly as he's shown here because it's using a fractal from a similar type of bull market setup. And it shows that this pullback should be short-lived and that while it's healthy, we're going to see the start of the next major rally for Bitcoin. And of course, altcoins are going to follow. If you look at the total three, which excludes Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins, you see there's a bit of a bounce here. We went out of the overbought zone and we're kind of moving sideways. So let's see where this takes us. Again, it could go a bit lower, right? We still need confirmation, but I like what I'm seeing here. In addition, XRP also seeing a similar bounce. Likewise, Ethereum also showing a lot of strength here. In fact, it didn't really cool down from the overbought zone. It just stayed there, pulling back in the overbought zone, which is 70 and above on the RSI. So something to think about and watch closely. Bitcoin dominance is starting to break down again, despite a cool off, a bit of a bounce, and it's moving down again. So this is very bullish for the entire market. USDT dominance also breaking down. So let's see what this week brings us. Maybe we see the start of the next rally, folks, and that will be really great. And as I shared in my newsletter yesterday, global liquidity continues to be the lead indicator here, and it shows we still got more upside and that this market is potentially topping come October into November. And on-chain data from sentiment shows us that Bitcoin whales continue to accumulate. So the thesis is still in play and that we have more upside. It's just the market cycle is playing out. As I've been telling you guys, this is a very healthy pullback. Nothing goes up in a straight line, and we're going to watch Bitcoin closely because I believe liquidity is going to start rotating back to Bitcoin and Bitcoin's going to steal the show again. It's just what we've seen historically in how the market plays out. Now, some news you should know about as it relates to what could move the market. Apparently, a Satoshi-era Bitcoin investor cashed out 80,000 Bitcoin for $9 billion via Mike Novogratz's Galaxy Digital firm. That's a lot of Bitcoin they sold. I don't know who this is. Could this be Ross Ulbricht? Could it be someone, from the Silk Road timeline? It's hard to tell. But wow, look at the amount of Bitcoin they sold. That's incredible. So we're starting to see some of these legacy wallets come back to life, and that's a lot of money right there, $9 billion. Now, that's a lot of sell pressure, but as stated, the market absorbed it really well. I mean, Bitcoin's holding up pretty well if you think about it. And look at these guys taking profits, right? This is why I tell you guys, if you are planning to take profits, make sure you got a plan and that bull markets don't last forever. Now, you may say, hey, I don't need the money now. I'm going to hold for future bull markets. That's absolutely fine. I'm not against any of that, but I want to make sure people who are looking to make money and exit in this bull market that they have a plan and they don't get caught riding the train all the way down to the bear market bottom and then they start crying, right, and kicking themselves. Man, I should have taken profits. And you see these big institutional investors, they're taking profits. Even Ripple's Chris Larsen, he's the co-founder of Ripple. Apparently, he moved $175 million worth of XRP to an exchange. I'm not sure if it's all been liquidated. There's a lot of speculation here, but of course there's a lot of FUD going around. Oh, you see Ripple's dumping on you, but this is the man's private XRP holdings and he's taking some profits, it looks like. Just like the Bitcoin whale is taking profits, just like Vitalik and the folks at Ethereum take profits and different projects, right? They all take profits at different points. And whether it's their private holdings or the foundation or the companies taking profits to continue business operations. So you're seeing here, folks, just these big players taking profits. And I hope you are recognizing what's happening here. This is why you need to plan and understand the implications overall about what's happening in the market and how bull and bear markets work and the cyclical pattern, right? That's what I've been sharing with you guys. So, really great again to see the market absorbing all of these things, and we're starting to see a bounce. Now it's important to note that tomorrow we have the weekly close, and we need Bitcoin not to close below 115K. That would not be good. I don't think it will. So let's see how things play out tomorrow. Something from the macro I want to highlight, and it reminds me of 2020, because Donald Trump just this Friday was like, we're considering giving stimulus checks for Americans using money brought by the tariffs. So they're looking to give this to, I think, low income folks. If I'm not mistaken, we need more details, but you know what this means, right? It's going to bring in a lot of liquidity into markets. Now, not everyone's going to invest their stimulus check into the market, but like we saw in 2020, a lot of people did. And that is going to help feed the retail frenzy. So we are seeing all of those signals that are flashing. Top of the market is coming soon, coming to a theater near you, folks, right? So just make sure you got that plan. I believe the market will see a blow off top within the next 3 to 4, 4 to 5 months. That's my honest opinion. Obviously, I can't call the exact top, and I'll be letting you guys know when we're in the top zone, because I will be taking my profits. I'll let you guys know where I'm exiting the market, and when I see that the show is about to end, because I see everybody's euphoric. They all think the price is going to keep going higher and higher. Taxi drivers, your grandma, your uncle, everybody's going to start getting bullish again. I've been here since 2016. I've seen it time and time again. And this is where you're going to have to make sure you stick to your plan, because the emotions are going to get to an all-time high. The euphoria, the greed, right? So just, again, make sure you have a plan. Folks, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Propy. Propy is leading the charge with putting real estate on chain. I discovered Propy in 2018. I invested in the token, the Pro token, because I saw they were the first and the only ones doing anything with real estate and blockchain. And we all know tokenization is the future of finance. Like Larry Fink of BlackRock said, they're going to put real estate, the stock market, and other commodities on the blockchain. So Propy allows you to buy and sell real estate on their platform, which is blockchain powered, and you can accept cryptocurrencies for your properties. If you want to sell your house for Bitcoin, ETH, XRP, you can do that with Propy. And they've been around since 2017. They've facilitated over $4 billion in transactions. They have tokenized home deeds and created NFTs for houses. They also use Coinbase for the crypto escrow service for the buying and selling. So folks, once again, I'm a token holder. I'm bullish on this project. So if you'd like to learn more, go to propy.com. All of the links will be in the description. Now, folks, check this out. One of the Winklevoss twins, Tyler Winklevoss, claims JPMorgan blocked Gemini, the crypto exchange, over public criticism. So Tyler Winklevoss claims JPMorgan paused Gemini's onboarding after he criticized the bank's data access fees, calling the move anti-competitive. Now, this comes as no surprise, because Operation Choke Point 2.0, all the attacks on crypto by Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler and their cronies, was because of the banking cartel lobbying Elizabeth Warren to do this. I've often stated, why would a little old grandma be so crazy about crypto? It's because she's getting lobbied, she's getting paid. And she showed her cards when her and Jamie Dimon had that hearing. I think it was in late 2023 or early 2024, and they both attacked crypto. That was the reveal right there, the fact that Jamie Dimon was partnering with her to do this. And, the Winklevoss twins, they've been critical about, the different banks and all the things that's going on. And it seems there's some retaliation here. So in a Friday post on X, Winklevoss claimed JPMorgan retaliated after he called out the banking giant's new move as anti-competitive behavior that could harm fintech and crypto firms. Here's a quote. "My tweet from last week struck a nerve. This week, JPMorgan told us that because of it, they were pausing their re-onboarding of Gemini as a customer after they offboarded us during Operation Choke Point 2.0. So this is interesting. The dispute stems from a recent Bloomberg report that revealed JPMorgan's decision to charge financial technology firms for access to customer bank data, a move Winklevoss argued would bankrupt fintechs that facilitate crypto purchases. So, of course, JPMorgan, they don't want to give up power, right? And you see they're now jumping into crypto, looking to launch crypto trading, crypto custody, crypto lending. They want to take it over from these startups like Gemini and Coinbase and much more. So that's been the game. And you see all these banks, the big names entering the market. So JP Morgan's not going to give up and they're going to play nasty and dirty, right? So clearly, but it's great that all this is in the open and the US government is embracing crypto. So maybe all of this being out there will pressure JP Morgan to do the right thing. Now, look at this. A Japanese AI firm plans to buy 3,000 Bitcoin over the next 12 months. So the crypto treasury strategy trend continues, folks. And it's not only Bitcoin. Folks are adding Ethereum on their balance sheet, Solana, XRP, and they're exploring other assets and even baskets of cryptocurrencies. So Japanese AI firm Quantum Solutions plans to invest in Bitcoin with a goal of building a treasury of up to 3,000 Bitcoin over the next 12 months. The decision to invest in Bitcoin was driven by the depreciation of fiat currencies, rising global financial uncertainty, and a desire to diversify its asset portfolio. The move follows a growing trend of Japanese companies adding Bitcoin to their treasuries, with several firms including Metaplanet, Nexon, and Remix Point now holding a total of 19,623 Bitcoin. So this is a global trend, and we just continue to see just huge adoption, folks. And as I've been saying, though, there might be a bit of a bubble forming here. Not that all of them are going to go out of business or there's going to be some massive collapse, but don't be surprised if some of these companies who have not been doing well or their business is not very well managed, they may have some failures in their end. So I hope not, but we've seen these things before in the traditional markets and they never end well. And speaking of treasury strategy, Ether-focused SharpLink appoints former BlackRock executive as co-CEO. This is interesting. So Joseph Chalom spearheaded BlackRock's foray into blockchain and digital assets, including the introduction of a spot ETH ETF. So now he's going to work at SharpLink, which is the gaming company that recently built an Ethereum treasury strategy, and they added Joe Lubin to their board. So very fascinating that a BlackRock executive is looking to go there. Seems like a strange move, but look, he probably knows things we don't know, that this could be maybe the MicroStrategy of Ethereum treasury, right? They could be the largest, especially that Joe Lubin's there. So maybe that's why he's looking to move over. But I mean, BlackRock, ETH, treasury strategy, amazing how things have changed. So Shalom played a key role in BlackRock's digital assets and blockchain initiatives, including its spot ETH ETF in partnership with tokenization firm Securitize. SharpLink emerged as one of the largest corporate owners of Ether, acquiring over $1.3 billion of the asset under its new crypto treasury strategies. And like I said, I think this trend continues to grow, and we see more companies doing this. It's very, very fascinating. Folks, that's the news. Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. What do you think happens this week? Do you agree with me that maybe there's the potential now, probabilities we're talking here, that the market starts rallying this week and that the bottom is in? But look, we need confirmation, right? Because the market could fake us out. But let me know what you guys think. A great way you can support me in the podcast is by subscribing to my free email newsletter. It's 100% free on Substack. Check out my book on Amazon. It's available in paperback and digital, and my course at mycryptocourse.com. This is a comprehensive course that teaches you every aspect of crypto. Check it out, mycryptocourse.com. All the links will be in the description. Folks, thank you so much for watching and listening. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.